right, and here we are at our second stop on the tour at South Meadows Middle School. We are behind the school now in the big grass field that is used for recess and also for PE. And I want you to look around and tell me what plant you see that is the most noticeable all around in this area. It's not the grass, but what is another really big plant that's out here? It's the trees, and these trees have a person name that starts with a G. They are Gary, white oak trees, and they are all around the South Meadows Middle School campus. These trees are over 100 years old. They're a remnant of a type of habitat that used to be here before the school and the neighborhood were built, and that was called a white oak savanna. So imagine this neighborhood used to look like this. It used to have big trees and big wide open meadows with lots of different plant species in it before any of this other stuff was built here. All right, next I want to show you something really cool that the Gary white oak trees make. They make these. They are called oak galls, G-A-L-L, and they are made by the oak tree in response to a wasp laying its eggs inside the bark or under the leaves of the tree. What happens is the tree senses that there's an invader and it builds this little thing to wrap around it to protect itself. Through evolution, the wasp has learned that the tree will produce this, and it basically produces a house for the wasp's babies. So then the baby wasps hatch out into this ball, and then they live in there and they eat and they poop, and then when they're grown up and they turn into grown-up wasps, they chew a little hole in the side and they fly away, and then these galls fall to the ground. You can actually make ink out of oak galls. It's called oak gall ink, and the Declaration of Independence of the United States was actually written with oak gall ink. Fun fact. So we have imagined what it would look like back before humans built anything here, and it was just an oak tree savanna with grass and oak trees. And now what kind of development do we see here? We see a lot of houses, there's a school here. Does anyone remember what the land was here before these things were built? It was a farm. I remember it being a farm. And now we have houses and buildings, etc. Here is a picture of what it used to look like in this area before this neighborhood and the school was built, and here's a picture of it now. What's different about this now than it used to be before things were built? What can you see in the pictures that's the same? Is there a lot more impervious surfaces or pervious surfaces? Remember that impervious surfaces are surfaces that don't allow water to soak through, like rooftops, parking lots, and driveways. Pervious surfaces do allow water to soak through, like grass and trees and lawn. So now that there's a lot more development, do we have more impervious surfaces? We do. And with more impervious surfaces, do you think that's more stormwater runoff or less stormwater runoff? Probably more. Now looking on this map, can you see what the closest rivers are to your school? What impact do you think that development over time of these different impervious surfaces would have on rivers and streams? Would we have a lot more runoff, or would a lot more water soak in? A lot more water would run off, and with that runoff can come pollution and erosion that can be harmful for rivers and streams. And that's how changes in land use and changes in development can impact the health of our rivers and streams.